When did you realize pretending was the only way to survive? When my uncle moved in, my dad's brother. My dad had a stroke when I was 19. Didn't die, but couldn't work. Couldn't even walk right. Mom was drowning between bills and hospital stuff, so Uncle Ray offered to help out. He said he'd cover rent till we figured things out. Everyone thought he was a saint. At first he was fine. He'd bring groceries, pay the electric bill, fix little things around the house. He'd watch football with my dad and tell stories about when they were kids. He'd even drive me to class when my car broke down. Seemed like he wanted to keep us together. But then little things started to shift. He'd ask about the life insurance money, the payout my mom got when dad's company declared him medically retired. It was just sitting in an account, almost 90 grand, supposed to cover therapy, hospital chairs, medical lifts. Ray kept circling it. You can't just let it sit, kid. Money dies if you don't use it. Or, I know guys in real estate, we could double it in a year easy. He'd say it casual, like he was giving good advice. My mom was too exhausted to notice. She thought Ray was stepping up where she couldn't. Your uncle just wants to help, honey. But I'd catch the way his eyes lingered whenever bank letters came in the mail, or how he'd ask when exactly mom was going back to work, like he was keeping tabs. Then one night I heard him on the phone. I'd gone to the kitchen for water. He was on the porch, whispering. She doesn't know a thing. College kid. Never even done her own taxes. Once I get her signature, we'll move it. Nobody's the wiser. My stomach dropped. He wasn't talking about my mom. He was talking about me. That's when I knew I had to act dumb. The next morning at breakfast, I started playing Clueless. Wait, so what's the difference between stocks and bonds again? Twirling my spoon like an idiot. He lit up. Don't worry, kid. I'll walk you through everything. From then on, I leaned into it. Whenever he brought up investments, I'd nod like a goldfish. Wow, Uncle Ray, you're so smart with money. I'd act confused when he showed me contracts. Do I sign here or here? Gosh, I'm bad with paperwork. He'd smirk like he'd already won. Meanwhile, I was working nights at the campus library, using the Wi-Fi to take online finance classes. I learned about trusts, transfer limits, all the boring stuff he assumed I couldn't grasp. I even met with the bank manager in secret, set up extra verification on every account. Ray had no clue. As my dad's therapy bills piled up, Ray pushed harder. He'd bring his friend Carl around, some greasy guy with slicked back hair. They'd spread fake brochures across the table. Guaranteed monthly returns, offshore accounts, the government can't touch it. I'd tilt my head and go, that sounds amazing. Wish I understood it better. Ray would wink at Carl. They thought I was buttering them up. 2 weeks before finals, Ray cornered me in the hallway. Look, kid, time's wasting. If you don't move that money soon, the bank's gonna eat it alive. Why don't you just sign power of attorney? Make it easier for everyone. He actually pulled a folder from under his arm, full of pre-printed forms. I pretended to study the papers. So I just write my name, then I don't have to worry about anything ever again? Exactly, he said, grinning. That night I couldn't sleep. He wasn't gonna stop. He was gonna bleed us dry. So I made a plan. The next morning I told him I had a study group. Instead, I went straight to the bank, emptied the joint account, and moved every cent into a new trust under mom's and my name only. Then I called my cousin, Ray's son, and told him everything. Sent screenshots of the contracts he'd shoved in front of me. When I got home, Ray was sitting at the kitchen table, papers spread out, pen in hand. You ready to do the smart thing? He asked. I dropped the receipt on the table. Already did. His face went red. He shuffled through the papers like he'd lost his place. Then he muttered something I'll never forget. You stupid little girl. But I just smiled, real slow. Guess not that stupid. And that's when